Alright, guys, so if you're a young brother right now, young brother or sister, and you don't know what you want to do in your life, okay, this is what I recommend. So if you don't want to go to college, or maybe you decide, okay, I want to go to college, but I still don't know what to do in my life. I want to go to college. Let me just go to college and figure myself out. And I would just say, bro, don't ever do that, okay? And the reason why you shouldn't do that, all right? Say, for example, you're still trying to figure yourself out. You're still trying to figure out what you want to do for the rest of your life and this, and that. I would not advise you guys to go to college, all right? Because, first of all, you're just going to be wasting money. You're going to go into debt. You're going to be wasting a lot of time. You're going to be hanging around a lot of weird people and immature kids. And pretty much you're just going to be learning the same things that you learned from high school, right? So what I would recommend is if you and to the people, if you do know what you want to do, go to college. If it requires going to college, do what you got to do. But if you don't know what you want to do, like 100% completely, you don't know what to do, or maybe you have an idea, but you're not 100% sure that you want to do it for like 5 to 10 years, like those kind of people, don't go to college because I just said why. But second of all, what I would tell you guys is you just get out there and experience life, okay? You gotta do something, be occupied, but don't go to college. So what I recommend is, first thing that you guys got to do is you guys got to work multiple 9 to 5 jobs. And you may be like, why I got to work multiple 9 to 5 jobs? The reason you guys got to work multiple 9 to 5 jobs is because you got to stack up your income. But not only stack up your income, but you got to build up your life skills, your experiences, your skill sets, your life lessons. You got to meet new people. You just got to get out there and experience life. And if you go to college, you can't be doing any of that. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be meeting older people. You're not going to be learning hands-on skills. You're not going to be, going out there and struggling and suffering and, all these responsibilities. So like I said, just work multiple 9 to 5 jobs if you don't know what you want to do and if you don't want to go to college. This is what you guys got to do, right? So the first job that you guys got to work at is a physical labor job. So Monday to Friday, right? You're going to work every day, Monday to Friday, this physical labor job. Work at 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. or it's pretty much all these physical labor jobs are pretty much morning jobs. So you can work landscaping, construction, carpentry, housekeeping, car detailing, warehouse jobs. And I'm only 22 years old, but my hands-on physical labor jobs I used to work at was like landscaping. I was working at landscaping in like 2019 to 2021 when I was 16 to 18 years old. And then I was working at warehouse jobs in 2023 to 2024. I was working at high school delivery jobs in like 2023 to 2024. And yeah, pretty much I was doing all these kind of different jobs. But what these physical labor jobs are going to do for you is that you're going to build up your body, right? When you have a stronger body, you have a stronger mind and soul. And a lot of you kids nowadays, right? You guys, I talked to a lot of younger people like a couple years ago, and even now I ask people, hey, what's your guys' sport? Did you guys do any boxing, combat training? Do you go to the gym? Have you ever done running or swimming or biathlons? Have you played football? Like what sport did you guys play? A majority of these times, all these kids were like, oh, I never did play sports. Yeah, I never played sports. So none of you guys did a lot of things. So none of you guys ever did anything physically and mentally resiliently hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if you guys never done anything physically resilient or anything mentally challenging or whatever, I recommend doing a physical labor job because that's going to make up for it, for what you lost when you were younger. So you guys got to get in shape because when you have a stronger body, right, you have a stronger mind, you have a stronger soul, you have better mental resilience. So like I was saying, guys, these physical labor jobs, they're going to build up your mental resilience. Your physical body is going to build up your work ethic, your discipline, and you're going to learn a lot of different skill sets that a young man should know. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was younger, when I was 16 to 18 years old and I was working at landscaping, I felt good because I was driving golf carts. I was learning how to drive. I was learning how to operate forklifts. I was learning how to, like, all these different skill sets like planting grass, painting roads and curbs, leaf blowing, lawn mowing, cutting grass, trimming trees and bushes and cleaning fish ponds and water fountains and working with the older guys and all the older men. And I was out here working this and that. So it made me feel good in a sense that, damn, these are skills that a young man should know, right? Because when you talk to these older men, you go out into the world and you guys gotta know at least one person where it's like an older uncle. He's like, hey, uncle, you can do this. And then he'll be like, yeah, I know how to do electrician. I know how to do plumbing. I know how to do, fix your cars and change your tires. I know how to paint the roof and do this and do that. So you guys gotta be like that. And in order for you to build up your skill sets, you just gotta get hands-on experiences. So that's the best way that I learned. So I feel like it's kind of like not a prideful thing, but it made me feel good. I was like, bro, a lot of kids nowadays, they don't even know how to fucking wipe their ass. I mean, they don't even know how to like use a broomstick and do basic skills like that. So it made me feel good at a young age that I was able to possess all these skill sets and valuable lessons that I learned. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? It also teaches you a big responsibility, you know what I'm saying? Big load of accountability because, bro, all these machineries and tools is going to be a little bit dangerous, so you got to be safe. And yeah, a second job that you guys should work at is a customer service job. All right, so night times you can work part-time or full-time, but what you guys got to do is you guys got to work these customer service jobs because it's going to teach you a lot about communication skills. All right, so when I was working Taco Bell, right, I was working at 2020 to 2022. This was like one of my only customer service jobs that I worked at like for a long time, and that was Taco Bell, fast food during COVID era. I was 18 years old, fresh out of high school in 2020, working there for 2 years, and what that really taught me was communication skills. And communication skills is so essential in life. You know, when it comes to business, you got to learn how to speak. You got to learn how to convey your message. You got to learn how to be charismatic and be confident. You got to learn how to have good body posture. You got to speak without stuttering. You can't be nervous. You got to, shake with a firm handshake. You got to look people into the eyes. You got to change your tones of voice, right? Variations of, how you talk to other people might be different from how you talk to this person. So, communication skills is so important in business. You got to sell your products, sell your course. You got to have interesting stories. You got to be entertaining, got to be captivating all at once. And not only with business, but also if you're trying to pick up the girl of your dreams. You got to learn how to speak and be confident and be interesting and funny to this girl and be entertaining to win the heart of her, right? And also, not only that, but maybe you're trying to convince a family member, hey, bro, you got to stop drinking alcohol. This is bad for you. You got to learn how to convey their message to them to make them understand and motivate them to say, okay, I'm going to quit drinking. So this is all the power and the art and you got to master communication, guys. Communication is so essential. If you're quiet, you're shy, you're timid, you got to stop that shit. And if you guys want to stop that, I'll recommend getting practice at these customer service shops. So communication is key. And not only that, but at these customer service shops, you can learn how to practice your stoicism. Because every day, when I was working at Taco Bell for 2 years, every single day, I'll be working like 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day, double shifting. But there'll be at least one person, bro, at the fucking drive-thru coming in, acting stupid. Hey, bro, you forgot my taco. They flying the fucking food at people. They yelling. You know what I'm saying? They're acting like a dumbass. They had a rough day at work, so now they're trying to take out their anger on us. So I'm like, bro, right? At the end of the day, you like fucking crack them, bro. You like fucking go over there and fucking slap your face. But guess what, guys? You cannot react on your emotions because, you know what I'm saying, that's not going to end well. You could get into a fight. You could get hurt. People could get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Or you could go to prison. You can go to jail. And it's just going to mess up your life. So there's times in life where you also got to learn how to be confrontational. But there's also times in life where you can learn how to control your emotions and not react on anger. Not react on irritability or frustration or sadness or, whatever. You got to be calm. You got to be cool. You got to learn how to control your emotions and be stoic. These customer service jobs is going to test your limit, bro. So, yeah. And also you can learn, other stuff, multitasking. Right? Multitasking is so important in your life because, right, in my philosophy, you got to be the best version of yourself. And in order for you to be the best version of yourself, you got to be well-rounded in every aspect of your life. Everything. Going to the gym, working out, staying close to God, eating healthy, working multiple jobs, making money, running your businesses, spending time with your girl, your family, traveling here and there, learning different life skills, practicing your communication skills, your leadership skills. So many things that you guys gotta balance out. So multitasking, you're gonna learn that every day in your life, you gotta multitask. You still gotta go to the gym. You still gotta go to church and pray. You still gotta make time to come home and eat healthy and drink your water. You still gotta make time to take your dog to the dog park. You still gotta make your time to go down to the gym to train and learn your combat skill. You still gotta come home after that and finish your job, and then after that you gotta go do your DoorDash side hustles, and then come home and focus on your YouTube videos. Like, it's a lot of multitasking. So when I was working at fast food, right, I was multitasking. In the morning, it was only like me and all these old Filipino ladies, fucking useless, right? So I was running around, taking orders, collecting cash at the front, trying to make the food, trying to do the food prep, multitasking. And another thing is you're going to learn how to work under pressure, because life is going to be pressuring. When you're trying to make millions of dollars, when you're trying to be the best version of yourself, it's pressure. The pressure is on. So it's good. Like, it's a good way of practicing handling pressure, I would say. And the last thing that I really, really learned from working at Taco Bell and customer service shops is working hard with little to no reward. All right, so a lot of people, when I was working at Taco Bell, I was like 17. There's people a little bit younger than me, like 16. People a little bit older, 18, 19 years old at the time. And then what they would tell me, they'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm not gonna come into work today, or I'm not gonna work hard because they're not paying me enough. And at the time, I was only getting paid $11 an hour. Everybody was pretty much getting paid 11. I was getting paid 11.10, but they'll tell me, they'll be like, hey, I'm not gonna work hard. I was like, why you not gonna work hard? Why don't you take shit serious? Like, bro, just show up, do a good job, work hard, be disciplined, show the boss that you're good at working. Like, come on, take shit serious. And you know what they'll tell me? They'll be like, you know what? Yeah, because I'm only getting paid $11 an hour. If I was getting paid 21 an hour, then yeah, I'll be working hard. I said, bro, hypothetically, if I was the boss, I gave you 21 right now. Fucking, you would still be ass at your job. You still would be showing up late. You still would be calling out because you're lazy. You still be slow at making the tacos and burritos. You still be fucking up the order taking. Oh, what did you say? Oh, you want 2 Pepsis, but the customer said 1 Pepsi. Like, bro, you still be ass at your job. The whole point is you gotta learn how to work hard with little to no reward to build up your work ethic, your discipline, and also not only that, but like when you're trying to start a business, right? You're gonna start from scratch. When you're working on your business is not gonna take off overnight. In 1 month, you might not even see results or sales. It might take you years. What are you gonna do? Just give up? Oh, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna work hard because I'm not getting views. I'm not getting paid already. So I'm just gonna give it up and just do bare minimum and just show up. And like, it's stupid mentality, guys. Even when you go to the gym. You're trying to build a 6-pack and get stronger. You go for the gym for like 1 to 2 weeks. You're not gonna be ripped and shredded. If you're trying to become like a good boxer like Floyd Mayweather, you're not gonna be like Floyd Mayweather within 1 month. What are you gonna? You're gonna stop because you see no good results. You don't have instant gratification. So that stupid mentality is what's gonna keep you guys back. Okay. So work multiple jobs. Work 1 to 2 jobs. Stack up your money, but also stack up your life skills and experiences. Okay. Next thing that you guys need to do is go to the gym after. Go to the gym, get in physical shape, build up your body, and also do a combat sport. Okay, if you're fresh out of high school, I would recommend doing a combat sport. It's all ages. You're fighting with young kids, older people, people your age, grandpas, anybody. Learn how to fight, learn how to defend yourself, get in shape. And pretty much, yeah, like combat sports is pretty much a bundle deal. You get everything all in one. You're building up your body, you're building up your mind, you're building up your mental resilience. You build up your soul, you're getting into shape, you're training, you're working on your discipline, your work ethic, learning how to defend yourself in case shit hits the fan. It's pretty much good, bro. Like, it's a bundle deal. It's all in one. I love those kind of sports, guys. I hate sports, but it's good for you. Like, I personally, if I was in discipline, I'll say fuck sports. I'll fuck training. Fuck all that. Fuck making money. Like, I wouldn't give a shit, but you gotta do that shit, okay? On the side after that, guys, you guys can do other stuff. Go to church, work on your spiritual, and then on there you can do like side hustles like door dashing, Uber Eats. Learn how to drive as well, okay? Learn all kinds of different skill sets. Learn different hobbies, right? If you're into fishing, learn how to fish. If you want to learn survival skills, learn how to survive. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go ahead and read books about health, read books about health, all right? So the whole point I'm trying to make is, guys, get as much shit, be occupied, get as much shit as you want done, guys. You know what I'm saying? Be well-rounded and focus on every aspect of your life. So if you don't know what you want to do, get out there and experience life. Maybe when you're working at your landscaping job, you might fall in love with landscaping. Maybe you might be like, oh, I love landscaping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to work my way up to be like the manager. And then from there, from the manager, you decide to go ahead and apply to another company because you have the title of the manager. And then from there, you get paid more. And then from there, maybe like, okay, I want to start my own little side hustle landscaping business. So you start working on your side hustle. And then from there, maybe you get a lot of clients and you decide to open up your own warehouse. And you start working with other employees. You're hiring other people. And then from there, maybe you decide to make content out of it, right? So record yourself cutting grass and then you go viral, you make more money, you make more content off of your everyday job. And then you're like, oh, I love my job, right? Maybe you're working at a restaurant and then maybe you started off as a dishwasher and then you show that, okay, every day you're showing up, you're taking a job serious, and then the boss, he sees potential in you. He's like, oh, you know what? You like get promoted. You like learn how to cook. So from there, you're learning how to cook. And then maybe when you're learning how to cook, you're like, oh, I love cooking. This is fun. Like, I love doing this. And then from there, maybe you become a chef. And then when you become a chef, you get promoted. And then from there, you get promoted. You're like, okay, I like move to a hotel now. I like work in the hotel industry as a cook. And you're getting paid more. And then from there, maybe like, oh, maybe I like start my own restaurant now. So you start your own restaurant. You make more money. You sell some of your products in the store. You sell your products at the movie theaters. You sell your food at farmers market. You sell foods at, I don't know, at the airport. And then from there, you make content out of it. And then from there, it goes viral and you make more and more money. And now you're competing with Chef, fucking, what's his name? Gordon Ramsay. Like, you guys gotta think outside the box. So, if you're all you do is if you're lost in life, you stay home, play video games, you're looking at Ice Spice, you're scrolling on TikTok, you will never figure out what you want to do from doing that. Even going to college, you will not figure out what you want to do. So the best thing to do is focus on every aspect of your life, get as much shit done, experience life, work multiple jobs, start your business, working on your business, working out every day, go to church, figure out things, get into arguments with your friends, lose some friends, get betrayed, meet a girl, get your heart broken, fucking break your car. I don't know, but that's the best way to learn is by experience. And that's the best way you're gonna figure yourself out. Experience, experience, experience. Learn from past things. Learn, learn, learn. I'm not saying intentionally like get into like shit, right? Like don't get into trouble. Don't be doing dumb shit, but it's obviously like from my personal experience, you're always gonna run into some dumb shit no matter what you do. Like if I'm working at Taco Bell, there was always some dumb shit that happened that I didn't want to happen, but it just happened. So I was like, okay, I can learn from that mistake or like whatever that happened. And yeah, like what I'm saying, like shit just gonna happen, but don't get into shit on purpose, right? Like don't purposefully go out and act dumb and start speeding recklessly, and then you get arrested, and you're like, oh well, I just did that because 5K Dono said to experience life and learn and go through tests and trials and struggles. Like that's not what I mean, guys. I'm saying that when you get occupied, you're working multiple jobs, you're training, going to the gym, you're going to church, you're focusing on your business, you're traveling here and there, right? You might be, I don't know, maybe you travel to another fucking state and your flight gets delayed and you get stranded in another state. Now it's going to teach you about independency. It's going to teach you about problem solving. It's going to teach you about, okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to book a flight here? You're going to learn how to make hard decisions. You got to say, okay, do I have enough money to book a car and book a Uber? What am I going to do? And then from there, you're probably going to be camping out at the airport because you don't have money. So it's going to teach you all about all these different life lessons. Or maybe you meet a group of friends, and maybe they're friends at first, you guys are cool, and then a year later on, you're like, oh, what? He didn't betray me, he didn't steal my money. And then from there, shit just happens, and you gotta learn from it. So that's what I mean. Get yourself into good shit like that. Alright, learn about it. Learn. Fuck that guy, he fucking betrayed me. Shit like that, alright? It's gonna teach you a lot. It's gonna make you stronger, and it's gonna make you more smarter. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, guys, that's what you guys gotta do if you don't want to go to college and you're lost in life. Let's get out there and work hard. Let's go.